Hey everybody, welcome to another Wednesday WIP Knockout. I love seeing everybody in the chat already. Welcome. You guys are like eager and excited to be a part of this, and that makes me so happy. As we continue to be consistent with these Wednesday WIP Knockouts, more and more people seem to find them, and I'm really excited to see the reach just continue to grow and how many people are really getting great value and benefit out of these Wednesday WIP Knockout 20-minute sessions, being able to actually start taking things off of our plate, projects off of our to-do list, so that way we can give ourselves some breathing room, clear our space, simplify a little bit, or at least make more room for more yarn. Welcome. I hope everybody is doing amazing. If you are brand new to these Wednesday WIP Knockouts, this is your first time, please put in the chat, this is my first time. I love to see who shows up that has never been a part of this before. It just makes me super excited. For everybody else, we just started. Go ahead, look around your house for 3 projects that you can bring with you today. If you already have them good to go, then you're a rock star. Look at you being all prepared. Everybody else, let's go ahead and grab 3 projects now. They don't have to be crochet related. They don't have to be yarn related. I mean, if you knit, if you cross stitch, if you quilt, bring anything. These 20-minute time slots are for you to utilize however you want to use them. I've had people color, like do different coloring sheets for each 20 minutes. I've had people do chores. I've had people work. I've had people utilize this time in so many different ways, which is awesome. Now, the idea is that we are going to bring 3 projects. There's going to be 3 20-minute sessions. Each 20-minute session, you are going to hyper focus on one project. So first 20 minutes, one project, set it aside. Second 20 minutes, second project, move to the side. Third 20 minutes, third project, then we're done. That way you can actually make a significant dent into that project. And every week that we meet up, every Wednesday, you're just getting closer and closer to finishing your projects until they're done. And then it feels like, wow, I was able to get that done so fast, when in reality, you really only dedicated 20 minutes to it that entire week. So, it's just a way for us to make that forward progress and not feel like we're having to sacrifice something else in order to work on projects, which I think is a big reason why a lot of people don't get to their WIPs, don't get to finishing projects, because they feel like, man, if I work on that, then I can't do this, whether that be a crochet project or just something else like hanging out with family or something else important in your day. You feel like you have to swap it out when you don't have to swap it out. You can just give it 20 minutes. And honestly, I can kill 20 minutes just by looking at my phone. I'm like, I look up and I'm like, where did 20 minutes go? So it's like 20 minutes is nothing. It is 2:03. In 2 minutes, I'm going to begin the first 20-minute session. So if you are watching the replay, then you can honestly, with any one of these Wednesday WIP Knockouts, you can fast forward the first 5 minutes. I want to just give people an ample opportunity to get prepared, so that way they can use that 20 minutes most effectively and not feel like, man, I just wasted 5 minutes of my first 20 minutes looking for something to do, So I'm letting you have that opportunity to prep. If you are new here, I have this very structured live schedule. We start with a 5-minute prep and intro. Then we do our first 20-minute session. Then we have a 5-minute transition. And then our second 20-minute session. After our second 20-minute session, we do a crochet or stretch, and then we jump right into our third session, and then we're done. I feel like this time always flies. I always do. I'm just like, it surprises me every time. Like, wow, we're already done. So I have this prepped and ready. I'm looking at the clock because I want to get started right at that time. Now, if you have questions, I see the chat going and flying, and I'll get to you guys here in just a second. I love reading through. Honestly, I get FOMO so bad. I'm like, what am I missing? Oh my gosh. Oh, 2:05. Our first 20-minute session has begun. So what I would like for you to do right now is I would like for you to start directing all your attention to your project. Now, what I forgot to mention is if you are one of the rare one project wonder people, and I'm speaking to you, Fran, and a few of you other people that have already commented that you like really focus on one project at a time, like your discipline is impeccable. I have so much respect for that. Me, I have this squirrel mentality where I'm like, ooh, pretty yarn, I need to play with you. Ooh, pretty yarn, I need to play with you. And then all of a sudden I have a ton of different projects going at the same time. Hence these Wednesday WIP knockouts and why they were born. But if you're somebody who works on just one project at a time, feel free to use each one of the 20-minute sessions just working on the same project, and you will make even more of a dent in that project to wrap it up. So that'll be pretty awesome. All right, you do have me live right now. If you have any questions, I am more than happy to answer those questions. And as these lives have grown, I have found that the questions in the chat, so amazing. They end up taking like the entire live, which is awesome. I mean, use it, right? Use this time to your benefit. If you have a question for me that you would like to ask, please start your question with at least 3 question marks. It's a great way for my eye to scan through, and I just kind of like pick up on that. I do give every single question a fair answer, and I don't like, it's not like a quick, like, all right, there you go. I really try to give each question a lot of respect and as much of my helpful ability. If you are somebody that has a question and you need that question answered like right away, maybe it's time sensitive, I do have the super chats and super stickers activated right now. Last week, I was doing a fundraiser campaign for the Southern California wildfires, and that button was not activated because it was converted to the fundraiser for them. But I did not activate a fundraiser for this live. Though, what did you guys think of that? If you were here last week or if you saw the replay, what did you think of the live having that fundraiser option? Is it something that you think would be really cool for me to add like once a month or maybe twice a month, like every other live that I do Wednesday WIP Knockout? I dedicate it to like, I pick a fundraiser and we can like do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun, pretty cool, lifting people up however I can. A lot of these fundraisers, they're looking for financial aid because they have to pay people to come. They have to pay for supplies. They have to pay to house people. They have to pay, like, it's money. So they need money to spend money to help these people. And I know for us, we want to share our love of crochet, right? We want to share our love of the craft that makes us so happy, and the fact that we can crochet something and then donate it. It's like this amazing circle, this incredible circle that I try to promote as much as possible, because it just makes you feel good as a human being, right? You're taking care of your mental health by crocheting, and then you are making this world a better place by donating it. And it's also helping your yarn stash, and so that way you're not accumulating clutter, and so it gives you an excuse to keep doing it, because you're like, oh, okay, used up yarn, got it out, used up yarn, got it out. It's also giving you somebody who wants it, needs it, and you can just, it's just a beautiful circle. I just love it so much. But sometimes these nonprofit organizations, these charities, as much as they, think it would be great to receive our crochet donations, they have nowhere to put them. They have no one to distribute them. And it's just so much chaos that it is more work to receive those donations than is worth it. So a good alternative is just $1 donation, like just donate $1. I mean, I get that most of us don't donate because financially it's like we're trying to make our own bills, man. Like we're trying to just survive ourselves. But I feel like if we can donate just $1, I'm like, I could scrounge up a couple quarters, in my couch. Like I could find a couple quarters in my car, like I could scrounge up $1 somehow, some way and donate $1. And if to me it feels like, okay, I mean, it doesn't feel like much at all. But if like a lot of people just donated $1, then that's a lot of dollars, like, and you got to think of it that way. It's not, oh gosh, if I'm going to donate, it doesn't make any sense unless I donate $100. It's like very few people could do that. Very few people have that much money they can just donate. But $1, I could scrounge up $1, you know. Just mindset. That's all I'm thinking. If you're still like Tiffany, I still $1. I still don't have $1. It's like, then it's okay that you do not donate. Like no one is going to frown upon you. Like lots of love, lots of love. Just enjoy crocheting. We have 13 minutes and 46 seconds left in session number 1. So what I was getting at before, and I rambled because I do that. I get off on tangents very, very easily. If you would like a question answered right away, next to the comments is a little $sign. If you push on that $sign, there's no commitment. You can just push on it to see what it does. And if you open it, you'll see that it has like these pictures and these little things. I do have super chats and super stickers activated in my lives. So if you get one, all the proceeds go back into my channel, which thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate your love and support so much. But it then like pops out at me and I'm like, oh, instant, see it. Okay. And I can address that question immediately. So awesome. Now I'm going to go ahead and dive in. Hopefully you guys are still looking at your project. Have you even looked at your project yet? Or are you just looking at me? I promise. I really want you to just kind of look down and listen to me. I'm going to talk. I have a lot of talking points that I've written down, some fun things to share. I'm going to talk so that way you have no reason to look up unless you want to. I'm doing this live for you. I am here for you. I want you to focus. Okay. My job is to just give you something to listen to. And if you have questions, I am here and I'm more than happy to answer those questions for you. All right. Diving in. I'm looking for question marks right off the bat because I want to make sure that I get to those right away. I do look at the comments after the live because like I said, I get FOMO. I'm like, what? You guys are all having conversations without me. What you talking about? I know it's ridiculous. Oh, thank you so much, Brittany, for saying that I look so cute. Honestly, my hair was not wanting to cooperate with me today. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like figure out how I can make it work. Like up wasn't working. Down into the front wasn't working. I was like, no, nothing's working. Bean, you say you think today's gonna be a 2 WIP day? That's cool. Got more done, so you can work more on your sweater. Like I like that focusing. Yeah, everyone's cold. Well, not everyone, but a lot of us are cold right now. It is chilly. Oh, that's so funny. Dawn says, I only have 2 projects close to me. My other one's in my room because I was crocheting in bed. I get it. That's cool. Well, we will have 5-minute transitions between our sessions. So if you feel so inclined and you want to, you can always go grab it. But if not, you can always just keep working on one of the 2 a little bit extra. Give it a little extra time. Oh, JK, yeah, you were my winner. That was so fun. La, la, la. Another Canadian here. I love it. I love when I see people from all over the world in the same chat. It just makes it feel like the world shrinks in a way and we're all so connected. I think it's so special. Yes, Stacy says hours can disappear when I'm on my phone. 100%. I'm still scrolling. La la la. Where are they? Okay. I see my first question from Christina. Okay, guys, we have 9 minutes left of session number 1. Did you hear Joann's might be closing? So I've heard a couple rumors. I've heard that their online store is going to stay open. It's just, I heard that they are like going bankrupt in certain aspects and they have to close brick and mortar stores because they just can't afford it. But I think that Joann's itself is not disappearing. I think just their brick and mortars are starting to disappear, but I believe their online presence should stay the same. I would have to look more into that to see if the whole company is just going to like disappear. I really don't think so. I really think what they're doing is they are just kind of eliminating debt. And depending on the craft, they might, have a surge and start opening stores again. I mean, if Michael's is not closing, then why is Joann's closing? If Hobby Lobby isn't closing, then why is Joann's closing? It's like Joann's. What's going on? Oh, yay, guys, we got a newbie in the house. Teresa, welcome. She says, I am new to your live. I'm finishing up on a shell border for my very first granny square blanket for a friend. Congratulations. That is so exciting. I do have 2 more WIPs in progress, but I don't work on them at the same time. All right. So you like to focus on like giving your whole attention to one. That's really cool. Everyone has their own process. Me, I have so many WIPs that I'm like, okay, just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. Then 1, I can make progress on 3 projects. 2, I have a short attention span. And so if I can break it up, then I don't get bored. Something that I experience, and let me know if you're the same. I get bored really easy. And so when it comes to certain larger projects that are all done with the exact same stitch, I end up finding myself struggling through them about a third of the way in because I'm bored. That is one of the reasons why I have a tendency to do samplers, or at least utilize 2 or 3 different stitches in the same project, because I will find myself getting bored and I'm like, okay, how can I break this up? And then I'll switch the stitch and do something different. And it's just my way of staying engaged with the project. But if the project is large and I can play with color, it has to be the same stitch and I can play with color. Maybe the yarn is, I had it and I lost it. Variegated. There, it's like different colors in the same skein, or cake or donut or cake, whatever you want to call it. That's always a lot of fun too. So there has to be something about the project that keeps me engaged. Otherwise, I get bored really easy. And so I think it's actually kind of fun and funny that the last 3 years I've been doing sampler blanket projects with you guys. Like, go figure, right? It's kind of right up my alley. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 2023, I did my first temperature sampler blanket. Last year, I did my first square sampler blanket where we made 12 squares and joined those together. And then this year, I'm doing another sampler blanket. And every time, it's something a little bit different, All right, question marks from Diane. Do you have current charity needs? Girl. So I could go a lot of different directions with this question. That's almost why it's so hard. While I love having Zooms because I'm like, I can ask questions, I can get context a little bit. Honestly, okay, do you have current charity needs? I am starting a campaign with Warm Up America next month. So starting February 1st, Warm Up America has asked us to make shawls for them. They're in a big need for shawls, but they need very specific dimensions. Okay. And they also emphasized to me that the shawls need to be for warmth, not for an accessory piece. So not something lacy, dainty. They want like to keep people warm. So something a little more solid and maybe a little thicker. I'd probably work with at least a size 4 medium weight. Size 3 is a lighter weight. But if we're trying to keep somebody warm, I would probably err on going as small or as thin as a size 4 weight yarn. 4 or a 5 weight yarn would probably be really good options for what they're asking for. 100% acrylic yarn. What's awesome about Warm Up America is they don't care if you utilize your donations as scrap projects. So if you just use up all of one color and then attach another color and keep going, they don't care. They're not in it for looks, they're in it for utility. And so that's really, really cool about them. But that is a current need that is going to be starting very soon. If you guys would like to start making some shawls, rectangular or triangular, I just posted on my YouTube channel in my community section. I just posted in there about it, just like a shout out, heads up, this is coming. And in there, I put the dimensions that they would like us to stick to. So that way we can make sure that whatever we donate, they can actually use. What they're worried about is shawls being too small or too big. So, they provided dimensions for us so we could have something for a reference. Now, do you have current charity needs financially? I don't have anything running or going. My video that I'm releasing this Saturday, the February crochet stitch of the month for our temperature sampler blanket crochet along project. In that video, I did attach a charity in the description section, and that is for Hurricane Helene victims of Hurricane Helene, because I feel like attention was there pretty heavily, and then new disaster happened, so attention shifted, and so I kind of want to bring attention back to them because they are still in the same boat. Not a whole lot of change has happened for them over there. So if you are interested in that, my video coming up, there will be a link that'll just take you right to, it's whatever YouTube offered as a charity option. So they have to sign up, they have to provide proof of their charity. They have to go through a whole process to be an option that I can then click on to be like, yep, I'll pick you. So I think it's a very reliable and viable resource. We got 1 minute and 12 seconds left in session number 1, guys. Hopefully you are hyper focused right now. La la la. Tammy, hello. Says, favorite website to purchase yarn and supplies. Oh, that is tough. I love seeing the emojis, guys. I'm seeing some people who are loyal supporter members on my YouTube channel. You get fun emojis. If you wanted to go nuts with those, that's always fun. Favorite website to purchase yarn and supplies. I really like Hirschner's. That's probably my favorite because they're kind of a one-stop shop for a lot of things. I also, oh man, I don't buy, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Oh, Gabalot, thank you. Mwah. You're lurking today. That's okay. Oh, I appreciate you, girl. I don't buy. Okay, session number 1 has just ended. Session number 1 has just ended. So what I'm going to do right now is start our 5-minute transition. What this is good for is if you're really close to a stopping spot, pausing spot, if you're really close to finishing your row, just do it. Just go ahead and find, like, keep working until you get to a really good spot to pause, stop. Then take your project, fold it nice and neatly, and put it away. Grab something to drink, go use the restroom, go to your bedroom to grab project number 3. And when just stand up if you want to, then grab your second project and just kind of get yourself comfy, cozy, and ready to go for session number 2. Okay, so the supplies that I really like, it says yarn and supplies. That is really tricky. I'm gonna stick to that. For an online option, I really like Hirschner's a lot because they have Premier in there. They have Lion Brand in there. They have Red Heart and Karen, and they have their own brands. And so it's, like a one-stop shop place to look. However, material. So for yarn, great location. Materials like crochet hooks and stuff like that. Honestly, a lot of like measuring tapes, scissors, stitch markers, yarn needles. I get all that off Amazon. It's just easy. There's some really cute options. Yeah, Amazon. And non-affiliate, no affiliate link. I'm not being paid to tell you these things. But I'm really kind of obsessed with the Lykke. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. It's Lykke. I just pronounce it Lykke. I heard somebody say that once and I just kind of clung to that. It could be leaky. I'm not sure, but I'm really loving that brand right now. It's definitely bougie. It's high quality. It's very earthy. I think that's why I connect with it so strong. It's just wood. It's wood. Like all of their products are natural wood. And normally I normally don't like wood crochet hooks because they're too light, and I like weight, which is why I have always hovered towards aluminum crochet hooks forever. Like that's what I started on, boy crochet hooks. I used boy crochet hooks, honestly, until like maybe a year ago. They're cheap, they work. I'm happy with them. I don't have ergonomic needs. If you are somebody with ergonomic needs, then the situation's different. You got Susan Bates, great option. You got Clover, great option. You got Furls, great option. Also bougie. I was gonna say boozy, but I was like, that's not the word. Also bougie. But Lykke crochet hooks have a weight at the end. Here, I got one right here, actually. So one of my favorites is the driftwood. So earthy. So I'm like, connect it to it that way. But at the end of all their crochet hooks, come on, focus. There we go. Is that little weight. See that so little weight has the size on it. But this metal piece at the end makes all the difference because all of a sudden this actually has weight to it and I feel like I can use it. So I don't know. I'm just kind of really into that. So those crochet hooks are sold on Amazon. They're also sold in like specialty yarn shops. I think that's the only place they're located at the moment, but I'm currently trying to get connected with them too to help like give you guys another location to get those if you're interested in trying them out, playing with just one instead of a set, just like I just want one so I can see if I like it. They're cheaper than Furls. I can tell you that. But if you are somebody who likes ergonomic hooks, I mean, I think I'm actually grateful that I can't use furls. I tried. I bought furl crochet hooks, and oh, timer is just now going off. Grab project number 2. And begin. Session 2 has just started. And now I'll keep rambling. I feel like if I could use furls hooks, if I did enjoy furls hooks, I'd be broke. I'd be broke. Oh, no doubt, because they have so many different collections. They have so many different gorgeous hooks. They have metal, they have wood, they have oh gosh, the word was there and then I lost it. What's the not resin? Okay, there, got it. Snagged that word. They got resin hooks. They have something for everyone, and they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. So there's a long-ended response to your question. Teresa asks, love working with a Bernat blanket yarn, and our Joann's has closed. What else can I use that is just as good? So a couple options. You can still go online. So if you still love it, you can still find it. You just may not be able to go physically into a store. Also, I have a brilliant website that you've got to check out. So if you love that yarn and you're wanting to find something comparable, go to Yarn Swap. No, not Yarn Swap. Yarn Sub. Yarnsub.com. Can I share? Oh, let's see. Don't judge me. Share. Okay, so is it Yarn Sub? Yep, yarnsub.com. If you go to yarnsub.com, you can click, so you said Bernat blanket yarn. And, apparently there's a couple different options. So we're just going to pretend that you like just the regular Bernat blanket big, okay? We're going to just use that. Now what you can do, here is their identical. First, it shows the specs on that yarn. So the weight, the variance, texture, fiber, what crochet hook would best be used to work with it. How much yarn is in a skein, its care instructions, and pricey, how pricey it is. And then down here, it has kind of a scale. So like how it goes from cheapest to most expensive. The most expensive is going to be $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 signs. And then here are the different filters. So you can also filter, like I only want to see you to show me. Oop. Oh no. Oh, sorry. Okay. Go back to filters. So I can pick which fiber that I want it to show me. And I can also pick like, I only want the cheapest ones. Only show me the cheapest ones and how expensive you're willing to go. And then it'll show you options. Like scrolling down, show you options. What are good substitutions for that yarn? Now, guys, this works for any type of yarn. There are some that have been discontinued that it does its best to match, but some yarns, it's like there really is no real substitution for it. So Loops and Threads has Cozy Blanket, and Loops and Threads is from Michaels. It says that it's a 98% match. 98%. $1 sign, so affordable, like it's on the cheaper scale. It says excellent match, and here's how it connects. These three are how it really connects. The next option down is Bernat Blanket Extra Thick. It's a 97% match. It's a $1 more sign. It says it's a good match, and then why it matches. And then you just keep like Yarn Bee, Lion Brand, and it just gives you lots of options. And then you can go, where is it? So let's go like down here. Let's say if you decided you loved this. Okay, we're just going to say, if you loved this, then you can click on it. Cool. Say like, yay, yeah, I really, really like it. And then Lion Brand. I think there's a way for you to go. I thought there was a way. Maybe it was just one of the options that I saw. Swatch, always swatch. There was, oh, view this yarn. Okay, so it's not for everyone. That's why. So there's nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. But here it has a button that says view this yarn. So if I view this yarn, it takes you right to where you can buy it. You're like, boom, there. So, oh. So yeah, that's a really awesome resource that I know not a lot of people know of, and I hope that helps a lot of people. All right, so moving on. Emma, hi. Is that an owl tattoo, Tiffany? It sure is. Actually, the artist designed that. So I said I wanted a barn owl because I really love this shape of the peak and the eyes. And I also said I wanted something very feminine, something really pretty. And he's like, okay, because I didn't want the circles. There's so many owls, so many different ways you can draw owls. I didn't want the one with 2 circles. I wanted something that looked pretty, dainty. Yeah, I don't know, feminine. So he drew this up and I loved it. I was like, yes, please. And the meaning, I'm sorry, like, like I can't really show you, but the meaning of it is it's perched on a heart locket. So it's a locket. And the idea is the owl is a guardian. The owl is also wise. And heart is locked and is all protected, kind of like it's a message of that I'm quite protected. I don't let people, I have a lot of walls. I just don't let people in. Like, I'm nice, but I don't let people in very easily. There's always kind of like a guard up, my guardian, right? My guardian. And it takes a lot, but once you're in my heart, once I love you, then man, I am loyal to a fault. Like, ooh, I am loyal to a fault. So that's why I tell you guys that I love you so much, because you mean so much to me, and you guys, you support me and you lift me up, and you guys are just a part of everything that I do. And so I try my best to say thank you as much as I possibly can. Make you guys feel the love, you know. You guys are special to me. Heather says, I thought I saved a video of how to make a thinner yarn into a thicker size, but I can't find it. Do you know how to do that? The only thing I can think of is if you double up yarn. So I don't think you can make the same yarn thinner or fatter. I think the only way you can do it is if you introduce another yarn to it. A great way for you to figure out if you've hit the yarn size is to do a WPI quick check. And how you do that, so you've got 11. Let me show you. We can do a little demonstration, shall we? I don't even know why I have this on right now. There's no way I'm crocheting today. There's no way. It's all like my pretty display yarn. All of my like working with it yarns like somewhere else. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. And I need my... I promise I am not a hot mess. I got this. I'm going to... Fun fact that I bet nobody here knew about me. In college, I took a pottery class and I made this. See on the bottom? That's my initials. That's my initials. I made that in college. So I got that. All right, I can work with this. I can work with this. Okay. So you and got you. Ugh. All right. So let's find out what the gray one is. So I'm going to take just a crochet hook. It can be a crochet hook. It can be a pin. It can really be anything. It could even be a ruler if you wanted to. But you want to wrap your yarn around the thing, and it can be fat. It can be a book. It doesn't have to be tiny. It's just how many times you wrap your yarn around it. Okay. You want to wrap your yarn loosely, because if you wrap it tight, you'll notice that if you pull your yarn tight, it's thinner than if you like let it go and it gets wider. You want your yarn to be in its relaxed state width for more accuracy. Okay. Let's keep wrapping around. Okay. Pinch. Then I'm going to find 1 inch. I'm going to see how many times I was able to wrap the yarn in a 1 inch measurement. Did all those go, or did it go? I can actually wrap a couple more times. There we go. Okay, so that's 1 inch. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Got 14 wraps. Oh, I do need my little tool because it tells me what that means. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in session number 2. All right, so I have this tool. I got it on Amazon, and you just look for WPI gauge and it'll pop up, okay? Or you can go on Google, or you can Google it or go to Pinterest and look up WPI gauge chart or site or chart. Just use those words in the search and things will pop up for you. Like the charts are free and you can look at those. But of course, there's going to be some variation. But this tells you how many wraps, what the size yarn means. So if I said 14, then the yarn is a size 3 lightweight yarn, because the size 3 lightweight falls in the 11 to 15 wraps range. Okay, cool. So let's say, for example, if Heather says how to make a thinner yarn into a thicker size. So if I have a size 3 weight yarn and I want I need a size 4, all right? I'm like, okay. Size 4 range is anywhere from 9 to 12 wraps. So what if I did 2 size 3 weight yarns? What'll happen? So I'm going to take these 2 yarns and pretend like, so if I were to crochet with these together, now how many times can I wrap this around and what will that give me? So together, and again, try not to be tight. Okay, I'm going to scooch them. Four minutes and 50 seconds left of session number 2. Okay, 1 inch. I can actually get rid of those. Cool. So if I put 2 together, that is 1, 2, 3. Now I'm counting, when I'm counting my loops, there we go. I'm counting like, that's 1, that's 2, like a yellow and a gray counts as a loop. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I put 2 size 3 weight yarns together, those 7 wraps fall in the bulky size 5 range. Okay, so that's too thick. Okay, so I cannot put 2 size 3 yarns together. But what if I put a size 3 weight yarn with a size 2 weight yarn? What will happen? So now I need to find a size 2 weight yarn. Okay. I don't think that's a 2. I'm pretty sure that's a 3. Where's a 2? Where's a 2? Where's a 2? You're a 2. Ooh, okay. No. What about you? What are you? You're a 3. You're a 3. Oh. This will have to do. Okay. You got me searching all over my yarn room, okay? So this right here is a size 2. So let's see if I combine a 2 and a 3. That'll work. And you can have a lot of fun when you combine different size yarns. Like this could be glittery, or like a glitter strip. And then you are making your thicker yarn like pop even more. So there's some complementary things that you can do. Or if you added if this thinner yarn was just white, what that combination does to the color, or black or purple, or how the 2 colors look together can do some really, really cool things. People have fun with that. 1 minute and 47 seconds. Okay, so let's see if this will work. And you got to keep playing with this to figure it out, just like I'm doing. Like, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. Okay. That has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 right there. It's come on. Adjust. There we go. And if you look, 9 right there is a medium size 4 weight yarn. So it'd be on like a fatter size 4 weight yarn, but it still falls in that size 4 weight range. If you went even thinner, like added a size 1 weight yarn, lace weight, then you'd probably be even in better shape for being a size 4 weight than using a size 2. So honestly, there's very few crocheters that work with the size 1 weight yarn. You can do it and it makes some gorgeous things, but it's not a popular size for crocheters. But if somebody gifts you a size 1 weight yarn, or you find a size 1 weight yarn, lace weight yarn and fingering weight, if you find this yarn and it's beautiful and you really want to do something with it, you absolutely can just join it up with something else and it'll make something gorgeous. I, in fact, know of somebody here in the chat that's doing that. All right, so session number 2 is done. What I'm going to do now is I am going to set a 2-minute timer to give you that pausing, stopping spot. So if you were really, really close to finishing a row or getting to a good place to pause, just make it there, 2 minutes, and then we're going to stretch. So I'm going to put this away. If you are in a good spot, please stand. And I promise that I'm going to check so you're not just staring at my chair for 5 minutes or whatever, however long that was. I know you really want to bond with my chair. I get it. Like, I understand. She's pretty awesome. But no, we're going to stretch. You can't get out of it. Okay. I'm just putting stuff away. Because place for everything and everything in its place. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to simplify. And, it's a slow process, but we're getting there. Hello. I'm drinking some flavored water. Okay. So, and you. Yep. Okay. Got the right one. Move all of you. You're too close to me. We're going to back that up. And I'm going to extend the legs on my tripod. I got to narrate everything I'm doing. There we go. Hello. Hopefully you are standing up. If anything, just stand. Okay. Right. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Timer just went off. All right. And I'm going to look at the chat. I'm positioning my computer right now. So if anyone has anything to say in the chat, I pay attention to it this time. Okay. If you are new here, or if you have been here since the beginning, by the way, if you have been here since the beginning, thank you so much. You are a rock star. You are awesome. And I appreciate you so much. If you're brand new here, this session is our crocheters stretch session. Now, honestly, it could be a knitter's stretch session. It could be anything stretch session. I'm calling it a crocheters stretch session because that's what we're doing. We're crocheting. But honestly, it's just a stretch session. I am not a doctor. So any of the stretches that I demonstrate with you, if you're not feeling it, if it's just something that like your neck can't do that, your back can't do that, then substitute any stretch in for what I'm doing. The idea behind this is just to move your body. We were just sitting for 50 minutes and our body just needs movement. So that way we can get the blood flowing, we can get the oxygen flowing through our bodies. It helps our muscles and it also helps prevent any aches and pains from starting to occur. So there are certain parts of the body that I like to hit on. We don't get to all of them, but I like to hit on the neck, the shoulders, the upper chest, the upper back, our forearms, our wrists, our fingers, and our lower back. I try to do 5 stretches with you every Wednesday, and I try to make them all a little bit different to keep it interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our neck. The neck and lower back are every week. I'm going to hit on those because those are like the big ones. The other ones kind of fluctuate. Okay, so the neck, I'm going to do yeses and nos. We're going to do 5 of each. So first I'm going to do yeses. So I'm going to start with my neck all the way back. And then I'm going to bring my head all the way to the front so my chin touches my chest. There's 1. Back. Front. 2. Back. And front. 3. My camera is getting too hot right now. So if it dies, then I'm just going to switch my camera to over here. Okay. So if it dies, it'll be okay. Back and then front. 4. Back and then front. 5. In fact, you know what? Just in case. Ah, and it did it. Okay. Let's see. It's too hot in here. See, everyone's cold. And because everybody's cold, we turn the heater on. Webcam. Oh. Okay. I wonder if you guys can still hear me or if that part of the camera is still off. All right. So apparently, if the camera goes off and I blow on it, then it cools down for a hot second. But I'm going to open my doors anyway, just in case. So I discovered there's a little bit of a trick to my camera if it overheats. So stick with me. Stick with me. Okay. So I got 1 more. Yes. Back and front. There's 5. Now for nose, we're going to go side. So I want you to look all the way to the left as much as you can. And then all the way to the right as much as you can. And we're trying to stretch our neck muscles here. So there's 1, then we're left, right. There's 2. Left, right, 3. If you hear an echo, it's because I opened my doors and there's a foyer right there. So my voice might have an echo. Left, right, 4, left, and right, 5. Awesome. Okay, so that's the neck. Next, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work. I don't prep these ahead of time. There's just so many that we could do. Oh, I love that one. We're going to do that one. So we're going to do the upper chest. I love this one. Always gets me in the weirdest places that I don't expect. So I want you to take your hands and I want you to cross them in front of you. We're going to do like a windmill sort of thing. So cross them in front of you and then keep going around. But once you get to here, I want you to bend your elbows like you're trying to touch them in the back, pinching your shoulder blades. So it's like that. I know it looks silly. Don't laugh at me. But it feels so good and it opens up our chest. So there's 1. We're going to do 5. So around, right about here, bend your elbows. Pinch your elbows together as much as you can. 2. Round. Bend. There's 3. Round. Bend. There's 4. Round. Bend. There's 5. Awesome. Okay. Next, I want to do some just wrist stretches. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take my hand, go down. I'm just going to put some pressure on it. I want to feel the stretch like right here for about 5 seconds. Nothing crazy. 3, 4, 5. Now let's do the opposite motion. So palm, just kind of like have the stretch go on this part of your arm now, just kind of like that. Now there is a stretch where we would extend our elbow too, but I don't want to focus on the forearm right now. I want to focus on the wrist. So I'm just going to keep it right here. If you would like an even deeper stretch, Keep your elbow bent to begin the stretch. Once you're in the stretch position, you can extend your elbow, and then that stretch is going to elongate up your forearm. Okay, other hand. So I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Ooh, finger extensions. While we're in the, while I'm doing this action with my wrists, I'm like, oh, finger extensions. Love these. So take your hand, your palm, and spread your fingers out as wide as you can. And then take your other hand and just gently kind of like rest your fingers like on that finger. We're not pulling the finger. We're not trying to see if we can get our finger to touch our forearm. Don't do that. Just basically take your finger and like rest your hand